Good morning, everyone. This is Brian Etchison, and today our special guest for the driver profile, taking David Dover's place, is Mitch Miller. Good morning, Mitch.
Morning.
You know, Mitch is, you've been driving for quite a while now, haven't you?
45 years.
How many?
45.
45 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Man alive. There's people here, there's drivers here not even that old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in your 45 years, tell me about your how many miles you've driven, any accidents?
No accident. One ticket.
No accidents and one ticket.
Yeah.
One ticket. What was the ticket for?
Doing 57 and a 55.
57 and a 55.
In California.
Yeah.
On I-5.
Were you convicted?
No.
No?
No.
Well,
I fought it and beat it.
Good.
I was in court about 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. That's a lot of years, Mitch.
Yeah.
And how many miles of safe driving would you say that would be?
3 to 4 million.
3 to 4 million. Wow.
Pretty close.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mm.
Just curious, in those years, what's the most interesting delivery that you've ever made?
Extended loads, hauling the towers into when they run them wire lines across the Everglades.
The Everglades. Tell us more about that.
Well, me and Wendy done that, hauling out of Houston. Oversized loads. Pretty neat. When you delivered, they'd tell you, don't get out of your truck.
Right.
During the night, to go to pee or anything. And I said, well, why? Because alligators will crawl up underneath your truck while it's idling.
Wow.
And then next morning, they threw pebbles, was hitting the side of my sleeper. And that's what woke me up. And I opened the door and went to get out. And the guy screamed at me. He was in the back of the pickup throwing pebbles at the truck. Because there was alligators underneath the truck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought he was kidding, but
did you have to get up and like clear them out?
No, he had me get in, release my brakes, and drive back and forth and let them. They scattered out. Yeah, that was pretty.
How many did you see scatter?
There was 3 of them under the truck and trailer.
Wow, that's really neat.
But you sleep at night, you could hear them jaguars,
right?
You know, and then them. I don't know what kind of birds, them cockatoos or whatever's out there in the Everglades. Yeah. You could hear them talking. That was pretty neat.
Wow. Now you've been associate with BCB. When did you first come to BCB?
I don't know, 6 years ago. We, me and Wendy run for him. Just a hair under a year, and then I got sick.
Got sick? What happened?
Liver transplant. My liver quit.
Oh, wow.
And she stayed with him. And then I got healed up. And Mitchell, he wasn't old. He had his license, but he wasn't old enough for the insurance to cover it. So
right.
And they didn't have a program like they do now for training or whatever. So I went somewhere else for a year and got him his experience, and then we all come back to BCB. Mm-hmm. I think we've been here 3.5, 4 years.
Can you tell me, Mitch, why BCB is special to you?
They make us money.
Yeah.
You know, and
what would you say the most special? If you were thinking, I know you've been here a long time, 6 years, and you run a lot of safe miles. What's the connection for you?
Rick and Kendra.
Tell us about that.
Bottom line is they saved my life. I didn't have them. Excuse me.
Take your time.
I didn't have the money. And they helped me.
Mm-hmm. You know, BCB's known for that, and we got good people, good leadership here that cares about drivers. But more importantly, you're not just a driver here. You know, you're your family. You know, we have a I was at. It's funny you mentioned think about connection, and yesterday I was in a conference and we were talking about retention of drivers, and the question came up. Really, the difference is at some companies you're a commodity, in others it's a connection.
Yeah, you're just a number.
Just a number.
Because we pulled for a lot of big outfits, and I mean, even your dispatcher, you talk to them several times a week, and they don't even remember what your name is.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know your family has had some success here, a lot of success. You personally have had a lot of success.
Yeah.
You and Wendy. Matter of fact, in the last 3 years, both you and Wendy have purchased 2 trucks here through the lease program. Tell us about that.
You guys gave us the miles, and we paid them. First truck we paid off in 10 months, 10 and a half months on a 1-year deal. And then the second one was 10,000 more than the other one, and we paid that off in 11 months.
Yeah. Every time you delivered early, didn't you?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
That's pretty cool. And now you've got you recently bought a Peterbilt. Am I correct? And
yeah, we gave the first one to our son, one of the Freightliners, and he didn't have it 3 days, and he traded it off for a Pete.
Right.
He wanted a extended hood, and he ended up with a short hood, but it's a good little truck.
Right.
And then I got one of the Kenworths from the other company that they purchased, and I drove it. We run it until it was wore out.
Right.
And I traded it off and got a 579 Pete.
And you're still looking at another vehicle, a third vehicle, possibly?
Yeah. Well, the one I was looking at, I was about 2 days too late.
Oh, okay.
I got rid of that, but
okay.
I'm always looking.
Yeah. Well, Mitch, I will say this from afar. Me and you, we've talked many times on the phone, and the one thing I've always admired about you is your work ethic. You have a drive in you. You drive to make us better. You push hard for your miles, and you fight for your business. That's what good owner operators do. They handle their business.
Yeah, I've had several people pulling their hair out here. Yeah, because I don't like to sit.
Right.
That don't make us money. Don't make them money.
And you know what? We respect that about you.
But it's last couple months, it's been really good.
Great. So Mitch, not only do you ride in trucks, but you have something in common with our cowboy friend Leroy Reed. I hear you like horses. Is that true?
Yeah.
Tell us about your relationship with horses. I think your whole family has relationships with horses. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I grew up at the racetrack. My dad trained race. He had the fastest 2-year-old in the world in 1967.
Wow.
And then we done that, lived like gypsies for several years, and then he quit doing that, and we've lived on ranches I grew up on a ranch.
Right.
Cattle ranch.
Right.
We started roping when we was 6 years old. Started competing when we were 7.
Wow.
I've done it my whole life.
Right. Right. Now you're still competing. How old are you now, Mitch?
63.
Are you still competing?
Yeah, last weekend, and I leave tonight.
Okay. Where are you going tonight?
I'm going to Hamilton, Texas. To a big World Series roping.
Tell us about that.
You just got to rope your butt off. You can win a lot of money. I'll be shooting at about 25,000 this weekend.
So Mitch, you said 25,000, and I know we talked a little bit before the show, but I thought this number was crazy whenever you told it to me. But what's the most amount of money you've made in a weekend roping out in the rodeo?
Oh, about 28,000 in a 3-day period.
What a weekend!
Yeah, no, that's better than most people's Vegas trips.
Yeah, it's been a while. It was probably 8, 9 years ago. But when I got sick, we had to sell everything we had for me to stay alive. But we're back.
About how long did it take you guys to kind of like rebound off of everything?
About 4.5 years working our rears off here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we could have done it anywhere else. But that's one of the reasons I push so hard for all the miles. What it takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't have any millionaires in my family, so the only way I was raised is you got to work hard to get what you want. That's what we did. So now we're just, the storm set us back. I probably lost nothing that Brian and them lost, but I lost about $28,000 during that.
Wow.
With money I had put away, and then the truck's not running, you know. So,
Mm-hmm. So Mitch, now have you competed around here locally, Fort Worth or?
yeah, last weekend was my first decent weekend. And it was at that big horse center they have over by Cleburne.
Tell us about that.
Oh, I went over there and I went 500. I went enough. I went a go around. I went enough to get my money, my entry fees back.
Gotcha.
Kind of just the first outing, but this weekend will be a different story.
Right.
And then it's a qualifier roping here. I think it's next month at Fort Worth. They have World Championships. It's a qualifier roping to go to that.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to try to?
Oh yeah,
get in that one.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome.
And there'll be it'll be a week long, and there'll be over. Oh, I think they estimated $1.5 million.
Wow.
Throughout the week to be won.
Wow.
You know, in different categories, they have them numbered. Like the best in the world, that's an open roping, and then they go to a 15, which is you're knocking right at their back door, and they just drop like that.
Wow. Now, Mitch, how are there many other competitors your age?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What's the? Do you know what the oldest competitor you've seen out there?
Well, it's a man I know. He lives right here in Mansfield. He's in the Cowboy Hall of Fame.
What's his name?
Tudor Mansfield.
I
think that's his last name. Now I just call him Tudor. I don't know. But he was Rookie of the Year. Everybody knows who Leo Camarillo is.
Right.
He just died, passed away. Leo did. He tied for Rookie of the Year with Leo.
Right.
Back in the early 70s.
Wow.
But he was, he still competes. He was there last weekend. He'll be there this weekend.
Now, Mitch, I know you, how long total have you been roping?
I started roping. I could swing a rope before I could walk.
Wow. Okay.
We used to sit on our knees. My first present for Christmas was a rope and a hat.
Wow.
When I was a little kid. Yeah, my brother, I have a twin, and he's left-handed. And when we got our ropes, my dad just told
Is he handsome?
Oh, not near what I am. No. He's shorter, but, you know, I mean, that sounds cocky, but it's true. No. Oh, I don't know.
If he's your twin, he's got to be handsome, right?
Yeah. Well, we're both uglier than sin.
Ugly, right? Okay.
Yeah, my brother, he's left-handed, and my dad just told him, hey, you're going to rope right-handed, or I'm going to use that rope on your butt.
Yeah.
That I just gave you. You're not roping left-handed.
Right.
It just don't work.
Is there a disadvantage to left-handed?
Yeah, there's a few guys that do, but you can't be as fast and as good right-handed, left-handed as you can. You know, unless you rope calves, but team roping left-handed just don't work.
Is it just
so he quit, started roping. That's the only thing he does. Right-handed is rope. Everything else, he throws the ball. We played baseball.
Right.
We both played semi-pro right out of high school. had to make the decision either to rodeo or play ball because you can't do both and be a professional in it. So,
what position did you play?
I played second base.
Second base.
Yeah, my brother, he was the only left-handed shortstop in the country.
Okay.
But he was pretty wicked.
So you guys were side by side then out there. Okay, cool.
They the coaches, they didn't want him to play. He told him he'd quit. He couldn't play shortstop, and he had to prove to him because when he'd field the ball, he'd have to spin,
right,
to throw that ball. They couldn't beat him. He's pretty good.
So tell me, there used to be a rodeo here in Mansfield. Did you have any connection with that?
No, I never knew they even had one.
Oh, okay.
No, not since I've been around here.
Oh, I thought they had a rodeo downtown. Used to have a rodeo coliseum here.
Oh, they have one right over here. In fact, I was looking at it. The guy, I guess they have dog shows and stuff there anymore.
Uh-huh.
But I tried to lease it, and he has a ranch up around Houston.
Uh-huh.
And he said he was going to sell it, and they were going to a beautiful facility.
Mm-hmm.
But they were going to use it to start parking RVs in, store RVs in. I haven't been over there. It's just right down the road here.
Gotcha.
But beautiful place.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's not a whole lot of room, for if they brought cattle in, store, to put cattle. And I think a lot of, because it's right in kind of outside of a neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You go past it and you go right into a neighborhood. I think they were raising a little cane about the smell.
Gotcha.
And the lights being on,
Now does your wife Wendy, does she does she compete also?
Oh yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what she does.
She heels and runs barrels. She ropes the feet for me and Mitchell.
Right.
But she hurt her shoulder, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. Horse bucked her off. Unfortunately, there's one I told her to get on. I thought he'd be all right. He bucked her off and hurt her shoulder pretty bad. But,
oh boy.
Yeah, she's been having it worked on and getting better. She hasn't roped in a few years, but mainly runs barrels. But she ropes pretty good.
And gang, if you haven't met Wendy, she is the sweetest lady, the sweetest truck driver, one of the sweetest truck drivers I know. You've got a wonderful wife, Mitch. I know you know that already.
Yeah, I'm the only one that can piss her off. She don't get mad at nobody else but me.
Well, you guys been, how long have you been married, you and Wendy?
Oh, I don't know, 27, 28 years, something like that. Been together a long time.
Tell me about Mitchell and Junior. I know you said he does a little bit of rodeo also.
Yeah, and we rope together, me and him. Mm-hmm. And he ropes with his mom.
Oh wow! Now is that a team thing? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he got hurt too, in Nevada on a ranch. They went over to help the neighbors. Well, a neighbor over there is like 100 miles away on the ranch.
Right.
And they went over there, and he was at the age where he wanted to ride motorcycles and this and that. Well, they took the horses over there to work and help them people, but they didn't have very many horses, but they had a bunch of motorcycles, them 4-wheelers, and And the last thing I told him was, if anything happens, you do not get on one of them, you get on your horse.
Right.
Well, when they were separating the calves from the cows to work the cows broke through the fence and took off. So everybody went to panicking, and he'd done exactly what I told him not to. He jumped on one of them 4-wheelers and went flying out across there to get around the cattle. And I don't know exactly what happened, but he rolled it and broke his back and messed him up pretty good. So,
oh, no.
Yeah, the thing is, phone service, cell phones out there don't work too good. Well, we were Brandon at the ranch we worked for at the time. So I didn't hear from him for about a week. And then I started worrying.
Sure.
I couldn't get nobody on the phone. So when we finished up with all our cattle and branding and vaccinating, I got in a pickup and I drove across the valley to that ranch.
Right.
Well, they was just setting in to have dinner, and I walked in the house, knocked on the door, and walked in the house, and everybody was there but Mitchell. And I said, "Where's Mitch?" And everybody just looked at me and they said, "Oh, he's in the back room." I said, "Why, he's not eating? Or what's he playing, video games or what?" "No, he's in the back room." So I went back there and he was all stretched out with weights and crap on him. They had brought him
Oh
home.
boy.
Yeah. And I just told him, I said, "You better hope you heal up, because, I'm going to heat your ass up pretty good after that, because you went against what I said."
Right.
And I said, "You could just as easily be dead as hurt."
Right.
"Well, I'm sorry." Yeah. But he's young.
Right.
But he'd get up at 4:00 in the morning, go to work with us, and it don't get dark until 10:00 in the desert out there in the summer.
Right.
And we'd get home about 10:00. We'd unsaddle the horses, and Wendy'd go cook something to eat. And we'd go to bed. We were all tired because we rode 65 to 100 miles a day, horseback. We went through 3 horses apiece one day. And he was doing homeschooling because it was 120 miles one way to school.
Sure.
And you had to pay the bus to come out there. It was so far out of town. Well, that ain't happening. So we done the homeschooling. He'd come home and we'd take a shower and go to bed. And he'd stay up for an hour or two and study. And he went for years like that on just 3 or 4 hours sleep every night.
Right.
And he graduated 4.0, I think was. Yeah, he graduated from high school when he was just turned 16.
Wow.
With a 4.0.
That's great.
Yeah,
Well, Mitch, I know we really appreciate you. I don't know if there's any questions out there for Mitch on roping or rodeo experience that you might have.
Yeah, Cowboy, what do you got for us?
I say, tell him I hope we get together and ride one day.
Leroy Reed.
Yeah, that would be fine, bud. Most of the riding I do is competing. I'm too crippled up and old to go for joyrides. I usually get on my horse.
I'll put you in a wagon.
Yeah. Well, you probably have to and help me in and out of it. Yeah. That'd be kind of neat.
All right, again.
Yeah, we'll have a barbecue and play with the horses.
Yeah, there you go. All right, congratulations, man. I'm just waving my hand at you.
One cowboy to another here. Anybody else got a question for Mitch? Okay.
Yeah, Donna Kasem, what do you got for us today?
Hey, good morning, Mitch. I've never had the pleasure of meeting you and your wife and your son. I'm very proud for you. I mean, it's awesome to have that many years. I was kind of blown away because I've been out here over 30 years, but that is just amazing. Do you and your wife run team, or you each run your own trucks?
No, we run team. Mitchell, he run his, and we make more money running team. Right now, Wendy and Mitchell are in the truck. They should be coming in here they went to Maryland into Virginia, and they're coming back here, and they're making the same loop again.
Okay. Well, I hope one day I get to meet you. I've been here just over 2.5 years, so I hope I get to meet you guys someday.
Yeah, we don't stay in one spot very long. But that's why we've had the success we've had here.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your success. And like I said, I hope I get to meet you guys one day.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mitch. It was great today. And, I'm just going to end on saying, we're always looking for guys like you, and like Donna and Leroy, and the best thing you can do to help us maintain this culture is help us bring good people here. and we're always looking for a good referral, not just any referral, because we're not after commodities. You know, we are after connections, right? Because that's what makes us strong. That's what's going to give us a better safety record. That's what's going to make sure that our equipment's maintained correctly. And keep everybody safe out there, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking for good referrals. If you do know someone who's interested or you think would be a viable candidate for our company, I sure hope you'd give Herman a call if it's on the company side at extension 147. And if it's an owner operator, Johnny Rodriguez is at extension 176. Thank you, everyone. And till next week, we'll see who's next week. We'll learn about it on the next driver profile. Thank you.